Hey, what is up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a video that I know a lot of you have been asking me for a really long time. I've been meaning to make it for a really long time. So I wanted to talk about some of the helmets I make for my art gallery showings and for my web store. This is from the Mercenary line of helmets, and these are the fiberglass cast versions of my helmets, while I also have some 3D printed ones and some all metal ones. But last week I did an event here in Portland, Oregon called FanExpo. And that brought up a lot of questions that I had not thought of before, and wanted to take the opportunity to make a video to talk about some of these helmets, and also talk a little bit about FanExpo as well, and some of the places I show these helmets. So yeah, let's get right to it. Hey, what is up you guys? I'm here at FanExpo in Portland, Oregon. We survived what people are calling Snowmageddon here. We only got an inch of snow, but people were all saying how it was going to be disastrous. I just got done unloading all of my exhibitor stuff, so we're going to be showing off some cool tech, and we're going to be showing off some of my cosplay work. So I just thought I'd make a cool little YouTube short video just of, showing off some highlights and some of the fun times we're having this weekend. Alright, so I might have spoke too soon about Snowmageddon. So yeah, day 2 of FanExpo is, the weather is a lot worse, but we're still here, we're still going to have a great time, and I really wanted to thank everyone who actually came out and still came to the show. So anyway, back on topic. So after FanExpo, I had a better idea of what kind of questions people had and what I could explain in a video that might not be as easily explained through photos on my website or through photo descriptions on that same website. So this is one of my most popular designs. This is the Anti-Hero V4 series of helmets. This is the Type B configuration, which refers to rectangular lenses with LEDs in it. I also have the Type A configuration, which has these round lenses, which are functional sunglasses. They don't light up, but they are functional sunglasses and protect your eyes from sunlight. So these do both have kind of similar but different features. And I also have a Type C on the way, which is a design that's meant to fit glasses on the inside of the helmet. These I don't really recommend wearing with glasses, but the Type C version you will be able to, and that version is on the way as well. So these are fully wearable. You can see through the lenses with them turned on or turned off. That's another question I get all the time, is whether or not you can see. Yes, you can. So I'm going to put this on. So yeah, you can still see, you can still talk. They're real comfortable to wear. There is room for fans on the inside. So I do sell the fans, or you can put your own in on your own. Just get my glasses back on here. So yeah, that's the Type B configuration of Anti-Hero Mask. The reason for the strap on the top is actually so you can buy the mask separately. This is just the mask piece for the Anti-Hero masks. And you can just wear this as a mask by itself. It does come with a strap and a hood that you can wear over your head. But the reason for this is that you can actually just buy the mask on its own, and then later you can either switch the faces out and just have this one back piece and just switch the faces as much as you want, or you can buy the separate back half separately and then attach the face yourself when you want an upgrade down the line. The little decorative armor pieces on the face are technically removable. I wouldn't recommend doing that a whole lot. They're kind of meant to be permanent, but eventually I will have, like my other designs, I will have a metal version of this with the metal armor plates instead of the plastic ones, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And I am kind of thinking about doing some kind of upgrade kit, so that might be available too. But like I said, I wouldn't really recommend taking these armor panels off multiple times. Like, I kind of intended these to be a permanent addition. The mask you can remove as much as you want. All you have to do is remove these 4 screws on either side of the helmet with a little hex wrench. So to turn the eyes on and off, there is a switch underneath each ear that controls the eyes independently, and there's just a small little battery that fits in there. So the next question I get a lot is how I design these helmets. I use software called Fusion 360, which, if you're not familiar with it, is a design software for making 3D models for 3D printing or CNC cutting. All the Anti-Hero series of helmets are either 3D printed or CNC laser cut to create the armor panels on the front. I do also have the ones that are armored with metal pieces on top of a 3D printed frame. The next question is whether or not these are from some kind of fandom or if they're fan art from something. As far as I'm aware, no, they are not. I try to avoid doing fan art. I really prefer not to. Not that there's anything wrong with fan art. I think fan art is great. Just my own personal artistic vision is not to make fan art. So these are all my own original creations. You won't be seeing them anywhere else other than my website. The next question I get as well is, can you download my 3D models somewhere? For these ones, no, I don't currently have plans to do that, but I do get that question a lot, so I've been thinking about doing one that's exclusively meant as a download and as a kit when these ones are more intended as an exclusive to my own servers. Another question I get all the time is, can I use this for airsoft or paintball? I can't in good faith tell you to do that. I don't play airsoft myself. I don't know. I haven't done any testing for this. I would like to. Maybe someday that's something I can do, is release one that has been certified as safety equipment. But right now, these are intended as an art and cosplay piece. They are really strong. They're made out of a durable material, but I really don't want to recommend someone use this as safety equipment and then have someone get hurt. So right now, if you're going to use this for airsoft, you're doing that at your own risk. I can't recommend you do that. But I do hear your questions all the time. I would like to release something in the future that can be used for that purpose. I just want to test it very, very thoroughly before I recommend someone use it to protect themselves. So right now, these are just intended as wearable art. They are really cool, but don't rely on them to protect yourself and as safety equipment. That is definitely a question I wanted to answer. The next question is, what are these made out of? So the Anti-Hero series is all 3D printed, or at least the main frame of these is. Well, the Mercenary helmet is also designed in Fusion 360, but they are actually cast in fiberglass. So they're just two different materials for different purposes. The Mercenary line is usually painted to look more weathered, while these are more just the color of the material. I have seen some really cool repaints from people who got one of these and painted them up their own way, and I really do like to see those, so definitely keep them coming. Love seeing people's creativity. So yeah, the next up I'll be showing you is the Mercenary line of helmets. I will go get one of those and show you, but that's all I really had to say about the Anti-Hero line. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments. I would be more than happy to try to answer them. Alright, so I'm back with one of the Mercenary helmets. This is a white and orange configuration I came up with. So the first question about these is that these ones are going to be a lot more one of a kind than the Anti-Hero masks. These all have a unique paint job. I do have some that are all black with the standard lenses if you're wanting something a bit more basic, but these are usually intended more as art pieces that are a bit more unique. So these ones, unlike the Anti-Hero masks, aren't modular. You can't take them apart and they're not adjustable. So these ones actually do offer more than one size. So I'm going to go grab one of the large ones. This one is a standard size one, so I have a standard and a large. So yeah, this is one of the large helmets and this is a standard. So you can kind of see there's a small size difference there. And if you're someone like me that wears glasses, I would probably recommend getting the large over the standard one. But if you do have the standard, you want to wear it with your glasses, I find it helpful to put your glasses inside the helmet and then put the helmet on. So I'm going to put this one on and show it to you what it looks like being worn. So there we have it. So this is what the Mercenary helmet looks like while it's being worn. I do have my glasses on underneath this, so I can still see you guys just fine. I can still talk pretty well. There is space for fans in these, but if you want to install a lot of electronics, I would probably still want to go with the large. So like the Anti-Hero helmets, I have a Type A and a Type B configuration, and it also still refers to the same lens shape. So the Type A is round lenses and the Type B is rectangle lenses with LEDs. So right here I have one of the Type B ones. This is actually my personal one that I wore at a Wasteland weekend, which is a really fun event if you ever get a chance to go out, and it's run by the same people that do Neotropolis, which is the event where I vend and sell my artwork. So definitely check both those events out. They're a really good time. I highly recommend going to both of them if you ever get the chance. I go every year to both, so definitely come say hi if you see me. But this has the same LED lenses. These ones are set up to have kind of a flicker effect for the post-apocalyptic world. So this is the Type B configuration, this is the Type A configuration. So I do have both of these. These ones are a bit more limited edition because both of these helmets are made with a mold. So I make these in much fewer quantities. So I don't know how long I will have them and how many I will have, but they're still one of my more popular designs and they're still really cool, so I wanted to show them off. So the next helmet I wanted to show you is, every now and again, obviously I'm an artist, I do want to make some one-of-a-kind art pieces every now and again. So there are some that are labeled Artist Vault Collection or Limited Edition or something like that, where it's a one-of-a-kind piece that I just wanted to make, or maybe it's a prototype, or one of these I added some additions to that is one-of-a-kind. But those are helmets that I'm only going to produce once and never again. So I'm going to go grab one of those and show it to you real quick and answer some questions about it and show it to you. So I'll be right back. So this is one of the artist vault masks that I was talking about. This one I called the Diablo helmet. This one I had on display at a FanExpo a few weeks ago, and it was really popular with people. I'm actually kind of surprised I still have it, to be honest, after being on sale at Comic-Con, but we did have that snowstorm, so there weren't as many people at the event as we expected. So I still actually have this awesome mask, and it's gonna be kind of hard to part with it. But so this is one of the one-of-a-kind masks. I won't be making more of these because a lot of it is hand sculpted. All of these spikes are put on by hand. These little cartridges on the side are actually sound reactive, so you can see them responding to my voice, as well as LED eyes. But you can see that it does share some elements with the anti-hero type B masks, so it still shares my same kind of art style, as well as these decals on the top that make it stand out. But this is the one-of-a-kind mask that I won't be making more of, so it's definitely unique and one-of-a-kind. So I do put those out periodically. The next question obviously is, do I accept custom orders? No, I don't. It's very case by case. I do work for film studios, and I do make props for film, but as far as commissions go, the time availability just isn't there. I have a business to run as well as working on film studios intermittently, and I can't always take on commissions, and it's very rare that I will accept one. So if you're looking to get a one-off piece, this is really the only way to do it. I get at least a dozen messages a day for, will you take on a custom project? And I want to, but I just don't have time. So this is really the only way to get something unique and one of a kind that you can guarantee another person won't have, because the rest of my work is produced in batches. So I have multiple of every design, but this one is one that I will only ever make one of, so it's completely unique. So I'll show you what it's like while it's being worn. Yeah, so this is what the Diablo Mask looks like while I'm wearing it. You can see the sound reactive cartridges when I talk. It also has the same LED eyes as the Type B masks. These cartridges also do change color. You can change the color settings on them to be something different, change the color, change the pattern. So these are, have a lot of features and have a lot of electronics, as well as being a completely unique sculpt. So yeah, that is all for the Artist Vault masks. Obviously every one of these is going to be different, so showing just one example barely scratches the surface of what this collection of masks is going to look like. But I also wanted to do a little segment just answering questions about my own personal helmet that you will see me wearing at these events like Metropolis, where it's also a one-of-a-kind mask that I made only for my own personal project. But it still has some cool features I want to show off, and some of these features will also be in the helmets that I offer on my web store as well. So I'm going to go grab that real quick, and we can talk about that too. So last but certainly not least is my own personal collection of helmets. So this is my V2 version. The V1 is this one that you saw in my previous video about the last year's Neotropolis event. So these are the two that I made for my own personal costumes and personal armor suit. So these are also a one-of-a-kind mask. I'm not going to make more of these. Reason being, obviously, it's the guy who makes these. I want people to be able to pick me out in a show where several people are wearing my work. But these also have a bunch of cool features that make them actually functional pieces. They have these motorized visor they can lift up. They also have the same sound reactive ear strips. But these are actually the same sound reactive strips that are in the pulse gauntlets, as well as the Diablo Mask that I just showed you. So it's sound reactive when I talk, responds to my voice. It also has an LED, so it's got a flashlight that's dimmable, so you're not going to blind people while you're walking around at night. So I'll show you what this is like when you're wearing it. So yeah, it's got this motorized visor where you can flip up and still see at night, or just clear up your eyes. You can wear your glasses under this, but it's a little bit harder. It also has this unique clamshell design, so it's actually adjustable to fit my head, along with all the padding on the inside. So this one is actually one size as well. And then these panels on the front are actually made out of laser cut titanium. The original one, the silver one, it was laser cut aluminum. So they are a little bit different. This one has been painted gold just to make the panels a slightly different color and to match the rest of the costume. But it just adds a certain level of realism to have it be made out of actual metal. And I will be bringing these laser cut panels onto the other anti-hero series of masks. As you can see, this jaw piece is the same jaw piece from the anti-hero line of helmets, just with a different back portion. And yeah, here's the power switch. I am going to replace all these panels with metal as well, but it's a gradual process, and this is definitely going to always be a work in progress project, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, that's all I want to show you guys really for this video. I'm still going to make more of these as I make more designs. But I hope you liked the video. If you have more questions about these helmets, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer them in the next video. But for now, thanks for watching.